And I see that literally too, the splitting of the moon has taken place. This is something on which we should give a lot of thought. The hour is near and the moon is split asunder. Because of this verse, millions of Muslims assume that Prophet Muhammad split the moon into half. Some popular scientists are then cited to support the theory that the moon has some signs that it was once split. Here, is it possible to finally discover the miracle of Muhammad, which would finally prove his prophethood, it seems? First of all, the verse does not say who split the moon. The name of Muhammad is not mentioned in that verse. The fission itself is of course anything but proven, since there are various theories about the formation and the history of the moon in science. But if Muhammad had really split the moon around AD 600, or anyone else at any other time, wouldn't many peoples have also observed and transmitted this tremendous global event? It is funny that there aren't any other traditions about it, apart from this one verse in the Quran. It is claimed that there is a groove on the moon, which supposedly proves that the moon was once split. But note that the verse from Surah 54 only speaks of the moon splitting, not that it was reassembled. So, it would still have to be investigated who exactly put it back together again, if Muhammad had really split it. Every planet has its peculiarities. For example, if you were to examine the Earth, you would describe it as split. Imagine a planet without seas. Then one would soon discover the deep channels that furrow them. After all, the highest mountains are over 8,000 meters high. In the Pacific Ocean, there is the Mariana Trench, which stretches over 2,400 kilometers as a channel. At around 11 kilometers, it has the deepest point in the sea. So, one could also say, with just as much justification, that the earth was also once split. By the way, the verse, "The hour is near and the moon is split asunder," is older than the Quran. It is part of the so-called Mu'allaka poems. This is the name of the poetry that was hung up in the Kaaba in Mecca even before Islam. The author of this story of the splitting of the moon is even known. His name was Imru al-Qais, and he died 30 years before Muhammad was even born. Of course, he wasn't a Muslim at all, just a normal Meccan pagan. But how did this poem get into the Quran, which is supposedly to contain the words of Allah? Did Muhammad need to copy pagan poets? This verse is also wrongly called a Quranic miracle. In no way are we trying to insult Islam or the Quran, but rather to caution all thinking Muslims who are not interested with just blind faith or fanaticism, but to be honest with the truth, to be more careful. If this has helped you, please share it with your friends.